Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Zoom In on a Fresh Conversation. We've been gone for quite a while, but we are back, and we couldn't start this particular season again without recognizing alopecia. In September, it is the awareness of alopecia, and I have three very bold, bald, and beautiful women to talk to about their alopecia journey as we move on down to the bold, bald, and beautiful Bazaar, which will be held in the beautiful state of Georgia this year with its leader, Dr. Evangelist Angie-Bee. Thank you, ladies, for being here very much. And
Thanks for
Beloved
having us.
is here in orange and Lavonda is in blue. And they are both part of the Bold, Bald, and Beauty Bazaar. And so I just want you to, everybody to kind of introduce themselves. And save you for last, Evangelist, but I'll go to you first, Beloved.
Okay. Hi. My name is Beloved Schultz. It's a whole bunch of words and a whole bunch of names in between that, but um I am what did she say? Okay, so I am originally from New York. I am a Navy disabled vet, a mother of four, a grandmother of 19 and a half. Um, I live in De Leon Springs right now. I I've known
Love the
Angie
Leon
for
Springs. We were just talking about going there. It's so beautiful.
De
Yeah.
Leon Springs.
Yes. God, we're
Um,
there.
I've known Angie for I think maybe 3 years now.
Mm.
Um, I She invited me to come out last year, but last year I wasn't able to do it. This year I am. My She invited me to come to be a part of this extravaganza of bold women walking around free. Um, and free to me is wearing your hair or your head any kind of way you want to wear it, and not
Yes.
worrying about somebody else deciding whether you should, could, or shouldn't.
Mm.
Um, my specific alopecia, I do believe, comes from PCOS, and I just found that out just recently. And I had bariatric surgery about 6 or 7 years ago. And when you have bariatric surgery, you have male absorption, so it's hard to get the stuff that you need to get inside you. Now I had dreads down to my hiney, and after I had the surgery, I was pretty good, and then it started thinning out. And then my sister found out that she had cancer in the late 2019 or early 2020, and she started losing her hair because of cancer, because of the cancer stuff.
Mm.
So I decided to ride with it, and I cut it all off. And I cut it off, and I mean, I've cut my hair before, so that wasn't the thing. I thought I was gonna let it grow back. So no, that's not what happened. So my hair started growing back, but it started growing back like in the middle of my head. I told Angie this the other day, I started looking like Woodstock from the Peanuts. That was
Mm.
not attractive at all.
Right.
No. So you ain't got no eyebrows and your hair starts in the middle of your head. That's a geometric disaster. No. So I decided to just keep it, just shave it off. And when I decided that I wanted to let it grow, and when it does grow, it is baby fine. I mean, like bald headed baby fine. That kind of, so it doesn't even grow with any kind of strength. Now they told me it could grow back. Yeah, but leaning on Jesus probably would have been an easier thing to do. So we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna find us a wig, because I want some braids, and stapling them to my head is not going to be an attractive thing either. So that's my story with alopecia, and I'm looking really forward to Saturday, well, Friday, meeting the girls, the ladies, and doing this. And this alopecia awareness is now going to be a feather in my cap for the. I told God, I'm 62. I just turned 62 a couple of Wednesdays ago, and I told God, my first 60 years sucked. So the next 60 that He's gonna give me, we gonna roll it out. So I got 58 more years to go. So the next 58, we gonna have alopecia. I'm gonna need you to keep doing this, Angie, for the next 58 years, so I could come now. So that's what we're
Dear,
doing.
we'll see what we can do. Oh, Donna.
Okay, Miss Lavonda, what about you? You're muted. Yeah.
All right. Again, Lavonda Williams. I am just at the ripe age of 60 and fabulous. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my alopecia journey started when I was probably 15. My hair was thinning back then. But I didn't know, and back then we didn't know what it was. I would lose it and it would grow back. I would lose it and I would grow back. And then probably about in my in 29 or so, I started attaching hair, to make it fuller. And as I got older, I started wearing wigs. So I wore wigs for like 22 years. I'm originally from Philadelphia, born and raised. And I moved to Florida. And being here in Florida, Jacksonville, Florida, it's extremely hot.
Extremely.
So I don't know. One day I just woke up. I remember the date, March 16th, 2018, 9 o'clock a.m. I went in the bathroom and I just cut it all off. I just shaved what I could shave off. I had patches. So mine was the areata. I had in certain areas. And when my hair did grow back, if it grew back, I had the Bozo the Clown effect. So I had no hair at the top, just around the sides. No edges or anything, just a patch in the back.
Lavonda, that's
all I had.
interesting because most people
Yes,
don't
ma'am.
understand that areata meant areas.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm glad you said that because
Yes,
I don't
ma'am.
think most people knew what that meant. Go ahead.
Right. So I just decided to do that, and it wasn't nothing but God, because my barber, or my son's barber, he's never in the office on Sunday. But I called him Sunday. He said, "Come on in. I'll take care of it for you." And that was a Sunday. So I knew it was time for me to get rid of it. And he cleaned it up for me. And I have been free ever since. And it took me a little while to get used to it. I had to step into it. I basically, I had to own it. And when I realized it and when I owned it, you can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me anything.
That's
So, and I mean, yeah. And
that's the
I
hardest
encourage
part.
people.
Owning it is the hardest
Absolutely, because there's so
part.
many people, you think everybody is watching you. And they are, but then they aren't. But this is what you believe. This is what you feel, that everybody is looking at you crazy because you haven't accepted it yet. But once you accept it, it doesn't matter how people look at you. It doesn't matter at all.
And I think most of the times they're really not looking at you. I mean,
Absolutely.
I think,
Right.
I
Right.
think,
Exactly.
I think that most of the time, most people don't even think about alopecia. They think that
Right.
you're a cancer patient, right? So
Right. And
they
I got
kind
a
of,
lot of those questions too.
they give you those kind of, sad eyes, like,
Yes.
oh,
Yes. How long you been sick? I used to get that too. How
yeah,
long you been sick? And I'm like,
that happens all the time,
yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and no shade to people. They're just trying to be as
Right.
compassionate as possible. But I'm sure you get enough of hearing that. So, and Miss
I had guys ask me if I was a man.
Oh,
I
yeah.
get that a lot too. When people turn around, they'll say, "Oh, can I help you, sir?"
What did I do?
And they say, "Oh, I'm so sorry. No need. I've been called worse."
Well, when
I've
they're
been
looking
called
at you
worse.
from behind, is that when that
No,
question?
it's when they look at you in your face.
Oh,
You can have earrings in your ears and they still say, "Sir," because that's what they equate all of this to, the bald head, to a man. So I still get that. I still get that till this day.
yeah.
Even
And
when
I
I was
think
on
a
a
lot of
cruise
people
ship.
might think it's a
Yeah.
transgender thing. So
Yeah.
even when you accept the fact that you are going to be bald for the rest of your life, you still have to accept the fact that people are going to come at you crazy, right?
Absolutely.
But that happens no matter what your deficiency is, right?
True.
So
Yes,
whatever,
ma'am.
and I don't believe that it's a deficiency. I believe it's something that God gave you to carry the mantle for others, right? But
Yeah.
once you
Yes, ma'am.
accept it, right? But there are other things that people always engage in, like, when you get on a plane, do you have to ask for an extension? Like, really?
Wow.
You know, I wake up every day and know what my size is, and I don't have to tell you whether I have to ask for an extension when I sit in the airplane. You know what I mean? And
Yes.
that's never happened to me, praise the Lord, but I've heard it happen to other people while you're on the plane, right? And so people are just empathetic but ignorant at the same time. So, and Miss Doctor, I love that for you, Evangelist Angie-Bee. Tell us about who you are and how your journey started.
Well, I am thrilled to be one of many that will be participating in the ninth annual Bold, Beautiful, and Bald Beauty
9 years?
Bazaars. 9 years. 9 years. And I wouldn't have done it if you had not been a part of that journey. I after
And I wouldn't have
years
done it if you didn't feed me every time I saw you. So
I appreciated the 9 months of monthly meetings that you and I had where you
yeah.
talk and I, it was like
It
it
was
was
like
like
birthing a baby. It took a year to put it together. Yeah, it did.
yes. And that's why I call you the midwife, because you were the one who called and after I had taken the wig off and finally went Facebook, the announcement and was walking around the city with a naked head, you finally said you would not believe how many other people are going through that just in that county alone. And so I
Right.
needed to do something. And I still feel like I need to do something every year. I don't like being the only bald woman in the room. And I'm pretty sure there are other people that that don't
But
want to,
weren't you really happy for the congresswoman
oh, I am so happy for
in
the
that position that she held, and how women
yeah,
like you are the reason why?
my
Without
God.
women like you and Beloved and Lavonda, she never, I'm telling you, she never would have done.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. It just is, it is amazing to me. And we know that Grace Jones was bald for a minute and there were other,
We thought that
celebrities.
was all theatrical, right? Not
Right.
right, not
Yep.
necessarily. And I think she did have alopecia, actually, but at the time it was theatrical, right? So,
Right. And so we're looking to have my dream come true. The very first beauty bazaar we had, there was one bald model, and she inspired me to look for other bald
mhm.
people, whether they had modeling experience or not. We can still get dressed up, we can still prance around, we can still be excited about who we are and whose we are. And so this year we've got 10 beautiful women that are coming to share their alopecia experience and just to have a lot of fun. And I can't wait to see them all, especially Lavonda. She lives in Orange Park now. I'm in Orange Park. How come we we got
Ah, nice.
each other? So that's gonna be something. But I am grateful because the weekend retreat
Mhm.
definitely, even during COVID when we couldn't have the fashion show itself, people still wanted to gather at the hotel and we did, and there was fellowship and camaraderie and tears and joy, and And that's really what the weekend retreat, the beauty bazaar, that's really what it is. It gives us a chance to really be ourselves without having to explain.
Mm. Mm.
just just be real.
Beloved, you had a question? She raised her hand. Beloved? I don't know what happened. No? Okay. So tell me why you believe it is so hard for people to talk about
To talk about baldness,
it. Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
because men don't want to talk about it, women don't want to talk about it. So if it happens to a teenager, how are they going to know who to talk to? How are they going to know
Mm-hmm.
that it's okay for them? A lot of times we hear about generational curses and the diseases that are passed down from generation to generation. And the one thing they both have in common is just a lack of communication. If we're not talking about it, then when it hits the next generation, they think they're the only one, and then they don't talk about it. So my alopecia journey was shared with my daughters. They knew not to bring their friends over without warning me so I could put a wig or a hat on. They knew they knew that if they were on stage somewhere, I'd be the one with the biggest church hat and they'd be able to recognize me. And they knew the issues that I went through with my scalp as my body attacked my hair, the shedding and the sores and the discomfort.
One second. Someone has a TV on or a radio on. You can hear it.
Okay.
No? Anybody?
Oh, not here.
Okay.
Beloved, you got something on? Oh, she's gonna go out and come back in, she
Okay.
said.
Okay. And so go ahead, Angie. What were we saying?
So I lived the transitional process of alopecia with my daughters, and so
Mm.
now they can talk about it. They can share with somebody else. Mom's running around with a bald head. It's like it's no big deal. And I think that
Have
conversation
they
needs.
come to grips with their situation or no?
Well, I think everybody comes to the realization that okay, if mom's got alopecia and her mom had alopecia, and great grandma always wore a wig, then yeah, something may be going on down the line. And they're okay. They're okay. I think their biggest concern is the mental health aspect of losing your hair or losing a marriage or losing a child or losing anything, the grief, the ups and downs, and grief comes with hair loss just like it comes with the loss of a pet or anything else.
Mm.
That's really where they are. They check in on me no matter what. It's to the point now where since I've gone through menopause, I got chin hairs. And so I tease them. I'm like, okay, if I ever fall out somewhere and somebody got to come pick me up, somebody please put a razor to my chin. I don't, these chin hairs looking crazy. But we make 60 look good, me and Lavonda, and Beloved makes 62 look good. We and that's encouraging. That is encouraging.
Lavonda, is your situation hereditary also?
Uh, Actually, from my mom's side, uh, no. Maybe from my father, who I don't know. I've never met
Mm.
him. I've never seen him. I have no idea who he is. So it could
Mm,
be from that. I honestly don't know. I
mm.
really don't know. So that part I can't answer.
You're
But
the only you're the only one in your circle, family circle, that has
yes,
alopecia. Mm.
right. Mm-hmm.
Could it have come from an illness like COVID or
No,
some
I
stressful
didn't have
situation at
COVID.
one
I
time?
didn't have COVID. I was I don't know. I was stationed at Camp Lejeune. I drank the water. That could have
Okay.
something to do with it too, you know. I mean, there's so
Yeah.
many different things.
Right.
So yeah. So I just don't know. But I believe that me not knowing all of the hereditary stuff, not knowing who my dad is, I'm a special case. I'm here for a reason. I'm here to teach somebody and to help somebody. And that's what I do.
But
That's what I do.
how about
Yeah.
the money you save?
Oh, yes.
Yes, ma'am, because I had a closet full of wigs and they all had their own names. Um, ah, 14 to 15 wigs at least.
At least,
And everybody had a name, every color, every length. I
yeah.
went short, long, cornrow, twisted. It didn't matter. I had them all. I had them all, and you couldn't tell me nothing then either.
Yeah.
But I think what really brought this to the whole thing where I was able to accept it, I entered into a pageant in 2021, and I didn't really want to do it, but I did, and we had to do a talent. And my platform was alopecia. That
Okay.
was my platform.
Right.
So I decided to wear a wig the whole pageant until it was time for me to um do my talent. And when I did my talent, I Am Not My Hair.
Whew.
And
Oh, yeah, by India Ari.
yes, ma'am. And I
Good choice.
revealed I took off my wig on stage. And I have never heard so many people scream in my life before. I couldn't see. I saw my girls and their friends screaming. I could hear them say, "Mom, go, mom!" I could hear it. But I mean, it was so loud. It was such a roar, and I got so emotional. Went backstage, and then finally they announced the winners, and I was Miss Senior Diva 2021 for Jacksonville, Florida. So, and again, I think I really, really owned it because I had to do a lot of speaking engagements. I met a lot of women that didn't want to take off their wigs. He said, "I've got alopecia too, but I'm so afraid to take off my wig." I said, "You have to be ready. You
Mm.
can't
Yes.
just take it off. I can't just tell you to take it off. You have to be ready to do it."
Hmm.
Here's
And there's
here's the God
nothing I can do.
here's the God blessing that people don't understand is once you lose your head automatically changes it seems like it automatically just becomes what it's supposed to be, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But that,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
It really does. I mean, I, I don't see any lumps in your head. I got lumps in my head. It seems like once you decide, your head just becomes so beautiful,
Mhm.
and the skin is so beautiful. Most women I see don't have like hair follicles where you can see and your head, on your head.
Mhm.
And I think now that is amazing. And it might take what, 4 or 5 months? But then could you see the transformation of your head?
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't even think I was worried about that part. I was just worried about being bald. It didn't even matter
Really?
what my head looked like. Yeah, and a lot of people say, "Oh, girl, you got the head for it."
Right,
That's why
because
I
your head
can't
was
do it.
not, it was not like that when you had hair.
They said I can't do it. And when I
Yeah,
first took all
yeah,
my hair off,
yeah.
my head was lighter than I was. So
Right.
I had to go to the beach
Yeah,
and sit in the sun for a little bit and let it
yeah.
bake so it can be natural and be the same as me. So it's a process.
It is.
Unfortunately, it's a process. Yeah,
Well,
that you have to go
any
through.
deficiency, getting healed is a process.
Yes,
Doesn't matter
ma'am.
what it is, right? Doesn't
Yes,
matter what
ma'am.
it is. If it's a deficiency, you have to work on making it better. And I mean, that's just it. When I met the beautiful Dr. Evangelist Angie-Bee, she was a blonde.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
Full,
was a couple of times too.
full, scale, long blonde hair. And I had no idea she had alopecia. And I don't remember when I found out you had alopecia. Was that when we started the Bold, Bald, and Beautiful?
Yeah, because I did a photo shoot and put my pictures on Facebook bald. And you might probably called me the next day and said, "Hey, we got to do something because you ain't the only one."
Right.
And Cheddar's restaurant will always be my favorite because I went to dinner the first night without my wig, the first time I was out really in public and just bald. And the servers, God must have touched the servers that night. The folks that would greet you at the door, the servers, the folks that clean and sweep, everybody was just, "Oh, you're just so beautiful. You're just so lovely." I was like, "Well, oh my goodness." So if this is the attention I'm going to get, I should have done this a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, and like I said to Lavonda, you think people are really looking at you. They're really not. I mean, most of the time they're looking at all the beautiful jewelry you have on and walking up to you and saying, when you're done with that, you can give that to me. It ain't got nothing to do with your hair. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's just a space that you get to satisfy yourself in. So tell me how much, you don't have to tell me the whole figure. How much money do you think you spent over your lifetime not deciding to be comfortable in your skin?
Ooh,
Ooh,
I
ooh.
can't calculate that high.
I stayed in the hair store.
Yeah.
Can
Yes.
y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
I guess out of most, I was the most comfortable with me. I didn't care. Look, I was cute. I was still cute. Bald headed, not bald headed, fat, skinny, looking like a number two. Didn't matter. Uh, One of the things that I had a problem with when everybody was getting, the weaves and stuff. I wanted to get it, but I always felt like I had a helmet on my head, and I didn't like the way that felt. I didn't mind getting braids, but I hated that feeling with the sewing back way back in the day and in all the. I didn't like the way that felt. I didn't start wearing them. I had hair, but I started wearing a wig because I just long time ago. That's before I moved. So probably in the about 2007, I was wearing a wig every now and again because I said, "Oh, I want to be cuter." And the fact that I knew I could take it off was the plus. But the what Donna said, you know, what I said to you the other day too, Angie, is it's us. As far as being Black women, we are told that our crown is our hair. It don't matter what we look like from our eyebrows down. We can be big, small, big. It don't really matter. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. But it's our hair because we talk about, oh, she got in hair, she got nappy hair, she got good hair. All hair is good. All hair is good, and it doesn't really matter. Hair is an accessory. It's an accessory. We all get different glasses because we like the way the frames look. I love them earrings. I just want to let you know. You might not want to bring them. Um we see things that we like, and the whole thing is to make it yours. So whether you fat, you skinny, you tall, you short, you bald, you got half a hair, a little bit of hair, you got to walk with it like and
And beloved, that's part of the conversation that I was talking about earlier. I mean, we've got teenagers, preteens, and children now that are bald and embracing it. I mean, and it needed there needed to be a conversation between the parent and that child. And so, if we can continue to spread awareness, I think the acceptance goes along with it. My thing now is, do I really have to go out in public with big earrings and glasses and lipstick? Can I just run to the store just all natural, natural, or does it have to be a process, like Beloved was talking about. Do I have to wear all of my accessories? And I want to continue the conversation because alopecia doesn't just start in your 20s or when you're 15, like it did with Lavonda. There are babies out of the womb that have hair one day and don't have it the next day, and they go through that cycle their whole life for
Mm.
whatever reason. And so we just need to keep having the conversations. And I am grateful for Alopecia Awareness Month, where we get to rock our royal blue and just tell it all.
Now, we did have some younger people in last year when we were at the train station, year before last.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
it harder to get the younger people to come out? Is it their parents or is it them or what's
It's
this?
hard.
Hmm.
It's harder in September because school is back in and they're doing their testing, and parents just don't want to, take them out of school. And, now there is another event in Atlanta the last weekend of September. It's called BaldyCon, and we're real excited about, the fact that every weekend in September there's something major that can be done. But it seems like they have sessions for young people, and those young people are able to come out. But the majority of the time when I reach out to parents about bringing their children, they're either just getting back in school or they're just doing their regional testing. And eventually I would love to do something in June, when before everybody takes their Fourth of July, vacations, and do something like a camp, a
Yeah,
weekend
yeah.
camp retreat.
Like after school, because some states are still in school in June.
Yeah, yeah, like towards the end of June. I'd love to be able to do that. So that's
Sign
on
me
my.
up. Sign me up. Because you know what I was thinking about it. We grow up about our body size, our breast size, our hair, how tall we are, what we have and what we don't have by the people who grow us. And parents fail to realize our children do not listen. They do not do what they hear us say. They do what they see us do. They see how we react to things and they internalize it. And, and that's where they go, boys and girls, because boys go through the same thing about being bald. Bald
Right,
wasn't cute for boys until Michael Jordan was out there
right.
bouncing the ball with no hair. You know what I'm saying? And now look, Magic, we
I
got so
wonder if he
many.
has alopecia. Let
Michael
me think.
Jordan, yes, I think he had early baldness. I think he had
Onset baldness.
genetic, yes. And that made me think about something too. Men who are genetically who have genetic baldness, were their mothers, did their mothers have PCOS?
Well,
You know,
the baldness is a female gene. It
right.
comes from the
But
male side of the family. So, yeah.
but we, okay, so like what Angie said, now we are seeing more bald children born. I'm a preemie baby, so I was born bald, and it took a long time for me to get hair and all the rest of the body parts. But if PCOS is a under, so I was looking up alopecia. So PCOS is hormonal. Well, we fail to realize that men have hormones just like we have them. So if it's genetic and it comes from the mother, does the mother have some kind of something in her system that she gives, that she passes on to
Well, it's
her
a gene.
son?
It's just like sickle cell or any other kind of gene deficiency is passed on by the mother, of course. Uh,
Mhm.
But we
and,
never
and
thought about women being bald. We never
Mhm.
really thought about that. We didn't grow up with that.
well, no, because they never showed us they were bald.
Right, right.
Never,
I remember
never.
I remember the last year we had the beauty bazaar in Daytona Beach. I was literally in the swimming pool, and this older Caucasian fella, he must have been in his 80s. I mean, he was up there, and he kept swimming closer and closer to me, and I just
Was he
felt
trying to
like,
touch you?
Sound like a spark.
yeah, closer. And he finally got up the nerve to look at me and say, "Well, back in my day, the women wore wigs." And my response was, "I'm glad I'm not back in your day because I'm finished with that." But I say that to say people have been dealing with hair loss of some sort for generations. And I think we are the first good generation to come out and say, I'll
Right.
put on a wig as a hat if I want to, but this is me. And we've got queens like Lavonda.
Oh, I loved her crown too. It was really nice.
Yes,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
thrilled, so thrilled when you came to the beauty bazaar with your sash and your crown,
Nice.
and yeah, it was wonderful. So
Something else
So,
I realized too,
mm,
that we, even with our proudness being bald, for whatever reason, choice or not choice, uh it's other people's inability to accept our differences that causes the hemming and hawing. And
yeah,
that's what makes us uncomfortable, because we're worried about, not me, I didn't care. Most women, I didn't, still don't. What are they gonna think? Little boy, or little girl, if you ain't got no money to buy me no feathers or a hat to stick to, it,
yeah.
no. So if we take that, if we stop worrying as women, especially black women, we have this thing where we think we have to take everybody by the nip and take care of them in sacrificial of ourselves. If we start taking care of us first, if we put that mask on us first, then we can save everybody else. That's the thing.
tell me
Yeah.
how we're going to fast forward to relationships with whether it's a male or female, any kind of intimate relationship that you might have. How was the first conversation? And let's just say, Lavonda, you're married, right?
I was.
Was. Okay. We don't have to go back there. We don't have to go back. We're not
That's
going,
okay. I
not
can go
going
back
back.
there. I
What
don't
we're
have a
going to talk
problem.
about is right now in your 60s, I mean,
Hmm.
my 70s. So tell me,
Good for 70, girl.
oh, that's the filter. Don't worry about thank you, though. Thank you, though. How it is that that conversation, now that you don't have to take the wig off because the wig is off, right? It was
Uh-huh.
one thing to have a conversation with a man with the wig on. And it's probably in your intimate moments when you say, oh, well, guess what? I don't know how that works. I'm sure there was a conversation. But tell me now that we are women of season, that's what I like to call us, right? Um, how do you, since you're bald, bold, and beautiful, when a man approaches you, it's different now because you're who you are. How is that? How is it different than it was before? Right? Has it made a real difference in how you present yourself in your conversation? I mean, before it was, you were always hidden, and now you're not.
Right.
Mm.
Well, back then when I was wearing wigs, it was really, oh, I had to get rid of her. It was really not a problem when I was wearing the wigs. Um, there's I get a lot of, well, let's say I don't get approached a lot by men. I don't
Okay.
get approached by women either, but men don't approach me. I can be out with a bunch of girls, friends of mine, and they can get approached. I get that there's a light on you. I've heard this several times. There's a light on you and it's really bright. I got that part. But there's an intimidation. I hear that a lot. You look like you're very intimidating. Um, and when we do have a conversation and I bring up, they say, so what have you done? What have you, this, that, and the other. And the moment I say that I was in the Marine Corps, that cuts the conversation. It shuts it down.
And it
Thank you for
doesn't
the
matter whether
service.
you have hair or no hair.
Right. That
Okay.
that 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 cut it. Yeah, well, they didn't have a problem when I had the hair.
Oh, okay.
Now living here in Jacksonville, ooh, let's see. Um, I don't want to say that. No, I'm not going to say that. No.
You can. This is my show. You can say whatever you want.
The men are trash. Okay. Um, I don't get approached.
Mm.
I do not get approached
I
by
want
men.
to I want to
But
I
say
I'm not
don't.
something
sure
to
that has
that.
anything to
Oh,
do with your hair, because I
It
yeah,
don't.
does. It does. A lot
No,
a
no, no,
lot
no,
of the
no, no,
men
no, no, no.
here,
I don't get approached a lot either. So,
I
I don't
want to
get approached.
say, and I'm and I want to say that it's not your hair, baby, whether
No.
you had it or you didn't have it.
Hmm.
What it is that you walk in authority of who
Oh,
you
absolutely.
are.
All day
that's
So
long. All day long.
so when you don't when a man who isn't when a man or a woman does not know who she is or he is, the they're not going to try you in a way. They're going to try somebody who looks like the deer in who looks like the deer, running, the antelope running away from the cougar. That's
Yeah.
the
Absolutely.
difference. And
Yep.
I found out that, and you have God with you too. So I found
Absolutely.
out that when you
yeah.
are walking in your authenticity, anything that's not that's not authentic, burns trying to get into the atmosphere, baby girl. That's where
Right.
that's at. And the other part too, God said, look, you done been through enough. I'ma just fix it so you ain't gotta worry about the riffraff. We just gonna send folks that are qualified to be in your orbit, so then you could decide who stay and who don't stay. So that's where that is. It doesn't have it because I didn't have. I had hair most of my life, and I didn't get approached. I got, you look mean. I am not mean. You look this. You look that. And I'm a Navy girl. You two this. You two that. No, what it is you ain't enough of. So I started thinking that it was me. What I found out was it ain't me. It ain't never been me. So
That's right. You're right. You're absolutely
you don't get approached because ain't nothing of caliber done walked up to you worth calibrating. That's all
That's
that
right.
is.
You're absolutely correct. Because one guy said to me, I was just standing there minding my business, and he walked by. He said, "Oh my God." He said, "I'm confused." I'm like, "Oh my, you confused? What's wrong?" Here we go. I was waiting for it. He said, "No, no, no, no." He said, "That light." He said, "You got a bright light on you." And he just shook my hand. And he said, "Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm going to leave it right there. You got a bright light, sister. God
And
bless you."
it
And he
scares
walked off.
and it
He
scares
walked off.
even the people who know it. And it's I've had men walk up, girl, you are gorgeous. And I'll be like,
Yes.
I'm looking around, who, what? Because I didn't see myself as that. And the same thing, you are glowing from the outside, you glowing from the inside out. And that's more of a compliment. And then the other thing that I realized too was in this last season is that God was getting rid of all the riffraff, not just men, but everything. So now when he sends me my guy or my girl, I don't know what he's doing. His secretary's on lunch half the time, so I'm not really sure. But when he sends me
Yeah.
my partner gonna be able to stand 10 toes right next to me and not be offended with anything and everything that I am. And got their own sunglasses to not worry about the glare. That's the thing. Folks ain't got no sunglasses and then they want you to dim your light. I'm so sorry.
And beloved and Lavonda, and I appreciate y'all for bringing up these points, because this is why we do the beauty bazaar. We have so many attendees that will come still in their wigs, still in their weave, and they look at us like, oh my God, y'all are so beautiful, and I don't know if I could ever do that, and y'all are my inspiration. And I need them to hear
Mm.
from all of us. I need them to know it's not just a fluke. We really do have something special going on, each of us.
So, yeah, our time went so fast. So I want each of you to give me 5 good reasons why you gave up your inability to let people know you were bald. Why were the reasons? Because those reasons weren't don't hold water now. But what were the 5 reasons that you felt that holding on to all that European hair was necessary?
Mm.
Who's first?
Lavonda, you can go first.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Let me step outside. Um, One was I thought I wouldn't be accepted. I think I would when I was married. The belittlement started there, so my self-esteem was a little low, and I had hair.
Did you have hair
So
before you got married?
yes, ma'am, I had hair
Okay,
before I got
wonderful.
married, and I cut it off um, while we were married. And he called me out my name. I was on my way to my second beauty bazaar. I was on my way to the second one that I was coming to, and he called me out my name. He called me a bald head bee,
Mm.
and it hit me, and it kind of threw me because now I got my car filled up. I'm on my way to Daytona, and I can't address this. So I waited till I got back, and we had a discussion. He was upset because I didn't ask him to come.
Oh,
So if and I said, well, I will always be somebody else other than Lavonda to you if you don't get what you want, get your way. So I said, I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and take care of this. I want out. I sure did. And because I'll never be Lavonda to you, I'll always be somebody else other than who I'm supposed to be.
Mm.
So the self-esteem was that part. That's what started it. What else? I don't know, just thinking that people would have a different opinion about me on what I look like.
Has your
Uh,
circle has your circle completely changed since you decided to become bold, and beautiful?
Absolutely.
Has it?
Absolutely. Yes. Um, I really don't have a circle. My circle are my daughters and my sister, my nieces. I have a couple of people that I deal with, but
Mm-hmm.
um, but that's it. That's it. Before that, I had plenty of people that I dealt with, just like associates, nothing
But were they
serious.
in correlation with your marriage partner? Those people.
No, no,
Mm-hmm.
no,
Mm-hmm.
no.
So her main reasons are self-esteem
Yes,
and
ma'am.
okay, yeah.
And being accepted.
Being ex-
That's what it was. Yes, ma'am. Because of my self-esteem.
and so
Self-esteem.
now that you've gone full journey, do you look at yourself and say, why did I put myself through all
That's
that?
why I got a divorce.
That's crazy. Yeah. 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 I get it. I get it.
Absolutely. I think about it all the time. I'm like, oh my goodness. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm living my best life right now. I
Yeah.
am
You were
enjoying life. Yes, ma'am.
torturing yourself. Torturing
Yes,
yourself.
ma'am.
Yes,
I
Miss
was.
Angie. Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm so grateful that she is living her best life
Yeah.
because we tend to have to shrink ourselves, become smaller to accommodate. And
Mm.
once we're not shrinking anymore, we can really get to where God wants us to be. And so I'm
Let's
grateful.
talk about that masculine energy, though. Everybody has masculine and feminine energy, right? And you both being in the service, and I'm being a part of the Department of Defense. And I don't know all of your background, Angie, but I believe that it was um,
I'm
Civil
in,
Navy.
service.
in careers of importance where you had to be the
Yeah.
only woman in the room, right? And so when you have that masculine, feminine energy and you try to pull back your masculine and be all feminine, it's really hard to do. Whether you're
Yeah,
bold, beautiful, or whether you're just a woman trying to make her way in the world, right?
especially if you're going through menopause, man. Tell you.
You have got to see my show on menopause. I did it with the Thought Brothers about 2 weeks ago, and it was so amazing the things that the men did not know.
Oh
They
goodness.
they just
Yeah.
didn't know. That's another subject on another day. But so would we all say that it's more self-esteem was the reason why you decided not to come out?
For me, I never had a problem being bald.
Okay.
I told you I cut my hair for because of my sister. I didn't grow it back because having a half head full of hair was not attractive. And I told you I don't like wigs, so that wasn't going to work. I have because of being bald, and even when I'm heavier now than I was a couple of years ago. Um, uh, I've had men say, "Were you?" Talk to me for about a week or two, and then say, were you born a man?
Oh,
Oh wow.
First of all, that question
that's
is more
crazy.
about you than about me any kind of day. If you waited
Yeah,
a
'cause
whole
if you
week
Absolutely.
to ask me that,
Absolutely.
right, yeah,
Absolutely.
in
yeah.
order to ask me
Absolutely.
that.
Is that's your
So,
preference?
but and that girl, this
Yeah.
this is this beloved is a Angie. Tell her this is a good beloved because the old beloved no. Like Lavonda, we could have been friends back then. He could have been just he'd have been nice roses. Anyway, um, for me, it's not. I don't have a problem with being bald at all. My problem was my weight. But even when I was heavier, even I okay. So I've never fit in hair, no hair, skinny, tall. I've never been tall, short, fat. It didn't matter. So I never fit in. So I never had a place. So like what Lavonda said when she was talking about when she had hair, the people that she dealt with or dealt with her, she fit in a box. She could be checked off. There was when you walk around a big woman or a bald woman or both, you have to walk around with confidence in authenticity that most people do not walk around with. Now, if you got all of that and you sarcastic and straightforward and direct and cute as a button, girl, ain't nobody want to play with you. But for me, it was never any of that. I've always I just don't curse now. But what you see right now has always been me.
Right.
And what you asked about the military too, and this is something that I realized too, God put in my spirit. When a woman has to use her masculinity or her masculine side more so, when she has a good man who is balanced in himself at home, she can be whatever she need to be out in the street
Absolutely.
because he evens her out and she knows that she's safe. She doesn't have to be that all the time. It's not about pulling back, it's not about shrinking, it's not about anything because she knows that she's got a safe place. Any woman that's walking around who feels that she has to be strong all the time, she has nothing at home to help balance her at at home. So that's why she's like that. Because if she's a single mother, and especially if she's raising boys, and if she's raising girls, she's trying to gatekeep with that too. So there's a lot going on being a mother, being a black mother, and being bald, fat, skinny. It doesn't really matter. So I hope that answered your question.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the time is ticked away. So, Angie, I need you to tell us all about where it's going to be. And thank you, ladies, Beloved and Lavonda, for being here tonight.
Thanks for
Where
having us.
where it's going to be? Do you need any volunteers? And what makes this one different than the rest?
This one is going to be different because for one, we've got a slew of volunteers coming. We've got an organization called the Bearded Villains.
Oh, yay. Love those guys.
So the Bearded Villains from Lakeland, Florida are coming, and a Georgia chapter is coming. So we about to have a room full of bearded men, and some of them are coming to escort the models. So I'm excited about that. Yeah. So
Are
we
any of
we
them single?
I think
girl,
What's going
so.
girl.
through my head? Look, do I get a checklist? Because I need to put it in an order right now. Is this like Chick-fil-A?
Okay.
Tell
Yes,
me.
ma'am.
What's the text number?
All I can
So
say is that they're very nice. Very nice
yes,
gentlemen. Yeah.
yes, and we got double coming. Got two chapters coming, and they're excited because some of them are going through hair loss, and they want to learn from us, and they're bringing, folks with them, and so I'm excited about that. But yes, we can always use more volunteers if you'd like to join us. We'll be at the Shore Stay Plus Best Western in
Mm.
St. Mary's, Georgia. The address is 2710 Osborne Road. And the hotel is catty corner to the a mall, a strip mall in St. Mary's, and it's next to the middle school. And so tomorrow I'm going to the middle school with some flyers to say, listen, more and more teachers need to be equipped with information on how to help their students if they've got hair loss or any type of challenges like that. And so we're going to be inviting them. I'm excited about the location. We'll be in the ballroom of the Best Western, and it's a very, very nice size. And so the hotel also has a restaurant in it, so we'll be able to take a lunch break. We're going to give the models a lunch break in between scenes, and I'm excited about that. And we also have the One Blood bus for will be coming out to receive blood donations, and we'd like to get 12 people to donate blood on Saturday. So vendors may arrive at 9 a.m. to set up. The doors open at 10, and the models should be ready for their first scene to come out at 11. And we are excited about giving them the space that they need. I know most fashion shows, it runs back to back to back, but after their first scene, they get to take a break. They get to go and visit with the vendors themselves and do some shopping and some learning. And then at 2:30, we're going to have a award-winning film brought to us by Sister Batten Productions. Tina Batten is gonna bring a special film for everybody to see, and it wasn't ready this time last year, so we've got some folks that are coming back just to be able to see it, and we're excited about that. Anytime we can bring the love of Christ and something in the arts to what we're doing, I believe that helps. And so the day ends at 4, maybe 5 p.m. And we've got folks from Virginia coming. We've got somebody from North Carolina, several parts of Georgia, Florida, and Michigan. And so just keep everybody in prayer as they travel tomorrow and Thursday to be here. We are asking for traveling mercy. And if you'd like to make a donation, please get at us. This whole event is a fundraiser for the National Alopecia Areata Foundation, a 501c3 nonprofit organization. So the raffle tickets, those proceeds, the door prize, the baskets and door prizes and the donations that we receive at the door, all of that goes to the organization. So we're asking for support and prayers, and just come on out and bring your family, even if you can't stay all day. Just come out and spend some time.
What's the entrance fee?
Donations. We're asking for donations at the door. Last year we had somebody who bought $5 $10 tickets, $50. And And he said, next year, if you don't charge, I'll bring you more. So we said, okay. So Shekinah Downs is our volunteer at the door, and she already knows what's going on. And so we're just thrilled. We're thrilled. We're thrilled for the vendors that have promised to join us. We're thrilled for the sponsors, and we just want to do God's will with this one.
Well, it
That's
was
what.
my intention to be there, but there's a young lady turning 95 on Saturday. And yes, and she said to put the party together whether she's here or not.
I love it. I love it.
And so I do want to be there to celebrate her 95th year. She will be at the party, and we all have to be very hopeful that
Correct.
we can be 95 and know that you want a birthday party, first of all. And you can invite people to it, right? So I'm sorry that I'm going to miss it, but it has been my pleasure to be a part and to from the ground up and to see this baby rise. I'm just so excited for you. I will say that I miss you being here in this area, but my heart is with you, and I know it's going to be wonderful. And thank you all for being here this evening. We're going to post this so everybody knows. Again, it's going to be where?
In
At
Georgia.
the Short Stay Plus Best Western, 2710 Osborne Road in St. Mary's, Georgia, Saturday, the 20th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And we'd love to have you. Whether you have
And
hair,
it is the first exit out of Jacksonville.
yep, exit
So you're
one,
not
St.
going
Mary's
to
Road.
Savannah, you're not going to Atlanta, you're not going to Brunswick. You come straight up 95, and it's the first exit when you leave the Florida line. So there's no reason for you not to come out and join us. Okay. Thank you, ladies, very much. And we'll
Thank
see you
you.
again. All right. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Night, everybody.
Good night.